So this is your first year here.
Yes.
At supermarket. How have you found the organization? You're moving in and everything, and
Yeah. I found the organization through Isabel Lofgren. There's a half Brazilian and half Swedish artist.
Yeah.
And she has this series of works that she does here. And she told me about the fair. And
how have you found it working with the fair and the organization?
I find it great. There's an amazing team working. It's a pleasure to be here at Supermarket. It's a pleasure to work with this team.
Yeah.
Super professional, super friendly. It's
Great.
very good.
So you're a kind of art cooperative.
Yes.
Can you say something about your organization?
Of course. TAL Tech Art Lab is a cultural label from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. We work collaboratively. We were founded in 2010, and it's been 1 year that we have our space in Bearing Factory in Rio de Janeiro. It's an old chocolate and candy factory.
Oh, great.
And so we have two platforms. One is an online platform and the other is offline. The online is the website with all the profiles from the 40 artists, radio, publications, and there are many actions that we do are there.
And your exhibitions?
And we do our exhibitions, and we work collaboratively with other producers, artists, and other artist institutions, cultural institutions in Brazil and abroad.
Tell me, funding, it's really difficult for artist-run spaces.
Yes.
How is it for you there in Rio? Do you get some government sponsorship support?
Actually, it's really hard to get, but we are trying to, and we have applied for some open calls for the government and for private companies too. Besides that, we fund ourselves for the moment.
Yes, the people who work for art that never get paid.
Yeah.
And coming along now, I mean, Rio de Janeiro is all of Brazil is really exciting right now. You're having the World Cup, and you're having people protest about bus fares.
Yes.
And it's expensive for people.
Yes.
In a way it never has been before. I mean, that must be feeding into your work and your ability to work.
Yes. It fits not only into my ability as the founder and director of this TAL label, but it feeds into the content and the concept of the artist's work from Brazil.
I feel it's safe to say that generally when you're dealing with Southern Europeans or Latin Americans, that the work is generally more political.
Yes.
And whatnot. So is this situation now with the World Cup and finances, is it getting more political?
Well, what can I say? I think it's always been political in Brazil.
Yeah,
the situation,
I think so too.
Brazil has a historical line of difficulties, but also with dealing with that with a lot of creativity. So we can deal with our difficulties in good ways, I think, that we try to get the best out of it. Of course, it's hard at the moment, and it's good also because you get a lot of attention from the world. So everything in life has the good side and the bad side, and we need to know how to deal with that in a good way.
Great. So I'll just finish up. I'll ask you this final question.
Yes.
You're here now, and hopefully you get some good response from this. And do you think you'll come back to Supermarket next year?
Hopefully, yes. I hope so.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing you again.
Me too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.